I swear every time we start the podcast, we laughing.
I mean,
Juke too hard, don't stand.
it's cold, y'all. We drinking tea.
We're trying to keep our vocal cords prepared for you guys. It's way too much move. Hold on. I would never usually do this, but there you go.
Okay.
Yes. That way we can sit back.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to episode 17. Yeah, I saw the look on your face like you ain't know.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I was
17.
I told somebody 16, so that's why I was like, somebody asked me.
Episode 17.
Wow.
We got
we
3
old
more
school.
to 20. And then 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Are we going to break
55,
it into seasons or just keep going?
That's a good question. Because I feel like we'll do 20 as a first season. Then we'll do 20 as a second season. And we also have to start incorporating our vacations in here. Because I know y'all think that every week we're going to be doing this. And 9 times out of 10, maybe. But do we like to go places and be out and be local and be far away on vacation? So just look forward to that. 2019, I got a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, I got, do you want to go to Ghana?
Girl, can we talk about that after the podcast?
Okay. Look.
Okay. Episode 17, Musicaficionado Podcast. What are we talking about today? We are talking about double CDs. Yes, so double albums, artists that made them. I'm going to go first because, no, let me show.
You can show
Do
them.
you see this? Do you see? I need y'all to see the pages and
But
pages
I also got
pages.
look, I wrote down.
She still got pages.
I still got pages. And this is because some things that you would think would be double CDs, but they're considered double CDs because they have so many tracks on them. So, like, of course we know that Chris Brown had the double CD because they had 150,000 records. I just still haven't listened to that shit. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I
listened to 4 out of 78.
Whatever they playing on the radio, shawty.
I mean, I listened to that too. 4 out of 78.
Yeah, that's about it. But I didn't listen to it because I was like, Chris, who got time? I mean, he got time, but
he got all the time.
He got all the time in the world.
So this is now my official Musicaficionado little notebook with all my little notes in it. So you will be seeing this. You will not be seeing me with a whiteboard.
I got papers.
Because the office frowned at me when I tried to take it out today. So anyway, the first double CD started in 1950. It was the Carnegie Hall concert. Sounds a little boring, but that was the very first one. The first studio double CD was by a French artist named Do Not Make Me Glad to You because I can't pronounce it.
Oh,
and
shit.
that was in 1964.
Now, did they say what number of tracks will make the...
No, they just said it was 2. Well, of course, CDs weren't out then.
Yeah,
but
then,
2
okay.
LPs.
Okay.
Yeah. The first rock album to ever be a double CD was Bob Dylan.
Of course.
Blonde on Blonde.
Of course.
Have blonde hair. And that was back in 1966. And then shortly thereafter, Frank Zappa, not to be outdone by Bob Dylan, came out with a double CD as well called Freak Out.
Oh, good God.
Yes.
Everybody did them. According to my list, in the 60s,
rolling,
everybody did them.
The best-selling CD, double CD, I keep saying CD, y'all know what I mean, LP, CD, just depends on the time and the genre.
Uh-huh.
Best-selling was Michael Jackson's History.
Of course.
Present, future. It sold 66 million units.
Wow.
Yes.
Now that I didn't know. That's a lot.
Yes, I'm just out here giving you the facts today.
Yes.
So, let me see. The very first female to ever put out a double CD, LP, whatever we're calling it, her name is Nellie McKay.
Okay.
And the name of the album was Get Away From Me. I want to listen to it because, to me, Get Away From Me sounds like...
The name sounds perfect.
It sounds perfect. So, I haven't...
Get on out of here!
That's not, look, that's not on the...
Get on out of here sounds
Get Away
right.
From Me.
But okay.
That's your version. We want Nellie's version.
Get on out of here.
And then the first hip-hop CD, of course, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. And they edited down by 13 minutes to make it a 1 CD thing, but it was originally a 2 CD.
Wow! Now I never knew that they edited it down for that.
So some of the ones that I highlighted, I'm not going to talk about. Of course, Outkast, Speakerboxx, aka The Love Below, one of my favorite ones. Master P had one called Down South Hustlers.
Was that a soundtrack to one of his little movies?
I don't know.
I feel like it, but
it featured a whole bunch of his artists. I know that. It wasn't just him. Of course, Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death, which is also the first hip hop double CD to ever go diamond.
Not even pop?
Diamond.
He diamond before pop?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Tupac's All Eyes on Me is another favorite one, but it didn't go diamond. I mean, I'm sure it's diamond now, but it didn't go diamond before Biggie's.
Okay.
Yes. Vince Staples did one, Summertime 06. I only listened to maybe 4 tracks. I'm sorry, Vince Staples. I'm a fan, but I'm not that big of a fan. Future had one. Future, Hendrix. I didn't listen to I'm Not a Future.
Wait, that was really...
They released on the same day, so they counted as a double CD.
Would they do that with that Trey Songz mixtape? Nasty Time, or whatever it was called? Like, I don't know the two names. I'm sorry.
If I doubt podcast, y'all know who killed me. If I die on the podcast, y'all know who killed me. Talking about some damn Trey Songz.
Nasty Time. I don't know what it's called. I do not know what it's called.
Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion. Can I tell you, well, of course I love Guns N' Roses. Let's see, Beyonce, I Am, Sasha Fierce.
Right.
Drake, Scorpion. And I really would like to talk to y'all about that, but I'm
because I'm like,
Sam got a whole list to go through. Wu-Tang Clan, Wu-Tang Forever. One of my favorite CDs. Wu-Tang is for the kids.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
I love Wu-Tang.
Well, the thing about all of these hip-hop double CDs is that when I worked in retail, it was like the thing to do. So it was like everybody was putting it out. Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting for you to get the Nas. Everybody was putting...
I'm not even going to say Nas.
Yeah, everybody was putting them out. And I didn't understand as far as money-wise what was the benefit. That was what I was trying to figure out, because when you sold it, like when we sold it...
You sell it as one unit.
Yes, you sell it as one unit, mm-hmm. But of course because it's 2, it's double the price.
Yeah.
But... Like, okay, so I'm old school. So we sold CDs. So a regular CD that was not on sale was $16.99. Mm-hmm. So a double CD that came out would be $27, $28. Mm-hmm. It's about, so if when it comes out, it's on sale. So a CD would come out, it'll be on sale $11.99, $12.99.
Right.
So then we have the double CDs. So when they come out on sale, mm-hmm. they $20.
Okay.
So are they really making any money?
Yes, but it's not. You remember we had this conversation a whole bunch of podcasts ago. The artists ain't making money off of music.
Well,
the record companies
are.
Yeah, the actual companies are making that money. So yes, they were still making money.
Because I often felt like by the artist putting out the 2 CDs, like they were getting robbed. Like they were getting robbed. Mm-hmm. Not the record label, but the artists
Some
themselves.
of the artists did it because of the love of music. Like Chris Brown did them 79 songs because he just had it in him and he needed to get it out. I keep upping it, don't I? Up the amount every time.
Well, I said it was 30 million, so 79 is better. Like, I mean, that's a way smaller number
it's still
than my 355 songs.
Did she just wait? What? Okay. Big Crit, Forever's a Mighty Long Time. I love that album. Who else did I say? I'm not gonna bring up Chris Brown because we talked about him. I'm not gonna bring up Trey Songz because I hated his double CD that he tried to drop last year called 1128. It was.
Oh, it wasn't called Nasty Time?
No. What kind of Aaron Hall stuff is you talking about right now?
Shit, I don't know.
But the worst, absolute worst, I'm going to close my book so you know I'm done. The absolute worst double CD ever was Nelly Sweat and Soup. Absolute terrible.
Just the name alone.
And then he had that song on there with the country guy. Cause it's all in my head.
Oh my God!
Over and over again.
That was on that record.
Yes, I think it was on the Sweat side.
Dude, let me tell you something. Because
I
listened to pop radio, they ran that song into the ground.
Yes.
White people love Nelly for country music.
All in my head.
Nope.
I think about it over and over again.
Nope. Nelly,
we're not. You need to stop thinking about it.
Nelly, we're not gonna do it.
I'm going to acquiesce and give the floor to Youngtown.
Well, I mean, yes.
So she can go through her 35.
Yes,
I'm gonna take a nap.
Look, yes, I have 35 pages worth, but
y'all let me know when y'all ready. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Some of the ones that I picked out are just, the standard ones that y'all know. I'm definitely not gonna go through all 35 pages, of course not. But like some of the ones, she highlighted a lot of the hip hop ones, but there were some R&B. Shut your mouth. R&B people who did double CDs before it was like popular. Mm-hmm. Like Songs of the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder.
Hey, Stevie.
Was a double record.
Yeah.
Also was the original Musiquarium. So those were just two records, and a lot of if my cousin collects records, so I would always go through his old albums, and a lot of those artists in the 70s had double records. It was like a shit ton. So like just like when you said in the 60s when one did it, everybody did it. Because I'm looking at this list and I'm like, okay, well they did 4 and they did 5 double records, like, and then a lot of them are some of them are live performances. With the studio album, so that
does that count though?
Well,
it's technically the same song.
Well, see, on this one, it has it like on my list. Like for example, like the Allman Brothers. It was like the LP, and then it was live. Like one of them was live. So it could be that way that some of them are live. So like one of the ones like when Christina Aguilera was making her comeback in the middle of the 2000s. Please don't mind my face. When she did the Back to Basics, then she did have that one song on there that like Ain't No Other Man was on Back to Basics. Yeah, but it was a double CD.
With one good song.
Yeah. I don't know how many of y'all know about who Tori Amos is, but
Black girl,
red hair,
really red hair.
Yeah, she did To Venus and Back was one of hers. In the 70s, George Benson did a double CD, Living Inside Your Love. Bone Thugs and Harmony, The Art of War, theirs was double.
Who out here beefing with the Migos?
One of my favorite artists, I actually met him because he used to be local before he moved to LA. Cody Chestnut, the Headphone Masterpiece. It's some good shit on that one. If y'all ain't never heard the Headphone Masterpiece, please listen to it, because I think that everybody remembers Cody Chestnut from the Seed with The Roots, but the song was originally his song, and they combined it to make it a Roots Cody Chestnut thing. But it's on the Headphone Masterpiece, but it's without Black Thought. So it's the same, the same rhythm and things. Cypress Hill, Skull and Bones. I don't know nothing about that because, I stopped listening to them after How Can Just Kill a Man? Like, again. Sorry.
She got to stop catching me off guard. Okay.
Miles Davis, Bitches Brew.
Yes.
That was originally a two-parter off the rip. The Diplomats, Diplomatic Immunity. I do not like the Diplomats or Dipset, whatever. I never understood. It's a New York shit. It's New York shit I don't know nothing about. But I do know about 8 Ball and MJG Lost. Then my boys. Funkadelic.
Yes.
America Eats Its Young. I'm taking y'all all the way back to the good stuff. Marvin Gaye did an album called "Here My Dear," and that was after him and his wife got divorced.
And he was contractually obligated
to do a record, and he did a whole record about his divorce and how his wife left him and she was a horrible woman
and was taking his money,
and why we gotta go to court and why I got to give you this. Like every song, it was like I feel like any man that's getting divorced need a copy of "Here My Dear" like downloaded on his phone because it's super bitter, but it was actually a 2 CD thing. So everybody get your bitter divorcee on with "Here My Dear." Isaac Hayes' Black Moses. That was the one back in the day with the album with the fold out, and Isaac was looking like Jesus, Black Jesus in the middle. So, you know.
I think he is Black Jesus, actually.
Really?
I do.
Dangerous was double by Michael Jackson. Did you
know that? I knew that.
Okay.
Yes.
Jay-Z, you know, The Gift and the Curse. I don't want to even talk about that record.
It's not a good album.
I don't even know why I highlighted this. Or about R. Kelly. I don't know. I had a mental lapse. Crazy Bone did a double CD.
No more bones.
No more bones?
No more bones. No boning things. No harmony.
Kid Cudi did one.
Yes, he did.
The Speeding Bullet to Heaven. Lil Dicky. Professional rapper.
Now you just.
I mean, I'm like, why are these people doing like I'm saying names like, why are you doing one? Like, you know, is it really for the love of music or did you get paid double? Like, I really want to know.
You don't get paid nothing if your songs are whack.
Well, that's the whole thing.
If your songs are trash, your payment will be trash.
Migos Culture 2 is considered a double CD now.
Why?
I don't know. How many tracks does it have? That's why I say you gotta look and see. Because I feel like it's when you get in the streaming world now.
I guess I should have figured out what the definition was.
Yeah, right? When you get to a certain number of tracks, it automatically becomes a double CD. And that's why I was asking, did it say?
No, it didn't.
Nas' Street Disciple and Nate Dogg's G-Funk Classics Volume 1 and 2. Prince Sign of the Times.
Culture 2.
Culture 2. The Red Hot Chili Peppers is Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic. Awesome ass record. Radiohead, OK Computer, and In Rainbows. I do own them both. Because I am a Radiohead junkie. A lot of Rolling Stones records. So you get my drift.
It was 23.
And that's why I feel.
It was all on one CD.
Right, but I feel like once it gets over
80 minutes.
Yes, I was about to say 16 tracks. It usually they consider it a.
I think it's a minute thing.
It may be a minute thing, but as far as I remember, like when I was in retail, it was normally if it was over 6, it would be like 16 on one, and then whatever.
Yeah, there was space.
Yeah, whatever's on the. And one of my all-time favorite double CDs actually was like a triple CD. The Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness. Oh God, I love that CD so very much. I mean, me and my coworker, who happens to be a white woman, she always says that I'm whiter than she is because I like people like Smashing Pumpkins.
There's nothing wrong with liking Smashing
And she, you know, is a big fan of Brian McKnight. Like, when I say she like worships Brian McKnight, I mean, even after the whole How Does Your Pussy Work song, she still liked him. But, you know, so she listens to way more rib music than I do.
Oh, Jacquees's rib? Rib and bullshit?
No, running ass backwards. That's what that is.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, it seems to be in the past, double CDs was a very standard practice, especially in the 60s and the 70s. I mean, I don't recall too many in the 80s, but I know they had that 90s burst where all the hip hop artists were doing it, because before hip hop artists weren't really doing double CDs. And I'm trying to figure out which one was, I feel like, and I know it wasn't first, But I feel like when Wu-Tang did it, then everybody, for me, in my mind, when Wu-Tang did it, then everybody, they opened the floodgates because they were successful. It was very successful. Yeah. So then I felt like once they did it, then it was like every other month. I was like, this nigga put on a double CD? Like, why? Who wants to hear this bullshit? It was successful. But I mean, they were, I guess everybody just started doing it after that. It became the thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And financially, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not that big of an incentive.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like it was, money wise, it was a smart move, but it was like the trend, I should say. Mm-hmm. Just like when all the rappers had clothing lines.
That was a trend.
That was a trend.
And when everybody's wearing platinum, that was a trend.
That was a trend. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh God, we should never go back there. Don't.
No more Jabojings.
Oh, what about was it the Icebox? Something when they had like the cartoon characters on the shit. Like it was something that Jay-Z used to wear all the time, and it was like cartoon characters. I can't remember. Heather, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna call my friend Heather. She know what I'm talking about. She would know when I'm gonna call her and ask her. Mm-hmm. And next week I'm gonna tell you the name of the damn thing. But
got an icebox where my heart used to. Okay. So
no Millennium Tour.
I ain't on that bullshit. I mean, anyway. Thank you for listening. So, today's Unpopular Opinion is brought to you by Tam because I am not hip and hop of what is going on today. So, would you like to explain?
Yes. Anybody who's been on social media today would notice that Soulja Boy was trending today.
Oh.
He did an interview on The Breakfast Club. I didn't listen to.
I missed it. Yeah. I watched The Breakfast Club.
I didn't listen to The Breakfast Club. Uh-huh. All I know is at some point he stood up like Birdman did and walked to the one side of the room and was yelling at them from the. I don't know. I just saw it, but I didn't hear it. But
again, I wasn't ready.
Well, what I'm about to say now, you're really not gonna be ready. So swallow.
Okay.
He said that Drake stole his style. I told you wasn't gonna be ready.
Lord, help me, Jesus.
I knew you wasn't gonna be ready. I don't know how true that is.
I don't think that's true.
And I didn't listen to his. As like I said, I didn't hear the interview. But what I did see was that it wasn't either on World Star or something. He was outside of the building, and he was saying that 10 years ago that he was on the internet making YouTube videos and had a social media presence, selling his music, and that that radio record labels and new artists are now doing that frequently all the time, and that's how A&Rs find new artists. But he was really the one to really start doing it. Like initially, now of course I know there were other rappers, but he was the one that made it popular. Now he was making all these points, and it was funny because I was listening to him and I was like, now he was really one of the first people that got popular because of a dance. Right. Like, and now that's shit. That's how everybody get a record deal now. They make up a goddamn dance and a song to go with the dance. Yeah. So I was kind of like listening to what he was saying, and I was like, a lot of what he is saying is actually really true. And as much as I dislike the foolishness of Soulja Boy, I had to kind of agree with him to some degree. And I felt funny because I didn't want to agree with him.
That's indigestion. That's all that is.
I was just kind of like,
that's all indigestion.
He ain't said nothing that ain't really true right now. And I mean, I didn't listen to the whole, the Drake bit me and all the other bullshit. But
I have to fall out this chair one more time.
But I mean, when he was saying about making up the dance and how he made those songs and how he made record labels came to him because he had already gained that traction, and that now that is how record labels actually really look for new artists. Is that they really look for you to already have a built-in following before they kind of sign people now, especially when it comes to hip-hop artists. So, that's what Soulja Boy did. So I couldn't really deny him in saying that because that was how it went for him.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, And And I know people hear Soulja Boy and they be like, now. So that's why it's an unpopular opinion, because I'm kind of agreeing with Soulja Boy very reluctantly. But I mean, it was funny because in that moment when he was talking, now you see him, a young Draco, he says all this other stuff and he sounds really stupid. In this moment when he was saying this, he was very articulate. Mm-hmm. He was, I
mean, he can turn it. The thing with Soulja Boy and a lot of these artists is they can turn it on and off.
Yeah.
They pander for the entertainment part, but when they're trying to make a point and it's serious and it's business time,
yes,
then all of a sudden they in 3-piece suits all of a sudden.
Yeah, and he literally was. It was like when he was making that speech, he was Dre. Mm-hmm. Not Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
And then somebody gave him his Cartier glasses and then he turned back into Soulja Boy. So it was very, but it was in that moment, in those 30 seconds, mm-hmm. I was like, oh, he's a likable dude right here. Like, in this moment. But outside of that.
So the thing with what he said, because this is the first time I've heard it, is while it may be factual that is what he did, it's also factual that there are a lot of other people that did the same thing as well. And outside of just hip hop, and even in comedy, if you look at some of the newer audiences like a DC Young Fly,
yeah,
he had a huge internet following.
Right.
And then MTV, Nick Cannon, everybody started messing with him.
Right.
After, but I think that is the roadmap. Even though Soulja Boy feels like he may have quote unquote did it first, I feel like that was the roadmap regardless.
Right.
And so while he can feel a certain type of way, and I promise you I need to hear what he said, but this whole Drake Bishop thing.
Yes, you got to watch the Breakfast Club.
God, I got to
watch the Breakfast Club. You got to watch it.
Soulja Boy, Drake.
Yeah, like how is
there's no correlation.
I was even trying to think about like old Drake songs, like maybe there was some old Drake songs. And
Drake came from acting.
I was like,
he was in Degrassi.
Right.
He came from a whole, we talking 2 different ships and a whole different lake.
Child, I'm gonna let you listen to it though.
So while I can understand what young Soulja Boy is saying, I disagree. You are not the first. You damn sure will not be the last. But I feel like that has been the path of a lot of record labels and how that, especially since record labels cut most of their A&R team.
Yeah.
So
A&R doesn't even really exist anymore.
Not at all. And you could tell A&R don't exist because these newer artists like the Migos, like A. Cardi, they not media trained. They just are what they are.
Not at all.
And part of A&R's job was to media train them so that when they go on interviews, they don't sound like bumbling ass idiots.
Correct, Namundo.
So, but that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
All right. We are plugging along.
Yeah.
See what happens when we organize. Yes. All right.
Man, listen.
So, let's do. You want to do sexual behavior?
Sexual behavior in the ghetto this week, courtesy of the Nixter. I had a song selected. The lyrics don't make no sense unless you hear the girl singing it, and I can't sing it.
Yeah.
So
you can sing it, but not like she.
Not like she sounds.
Baby.
But Niki suggested a tune I have not heard.
Oh, but when
I read the lyrics, I felt like it would be more appropriate if she read it, since it's her song.
So
I felt like my mama was gonna watch, and
we gonna have the next show. No, the show after next. Wait, we gonna have a gossip show. I swear to God, we gonna have a gossip show. Ain't gonna be no cussing in that show. It's gonna be the only episode that I'm gonna send to my mama.
Yeah,
I'm like, look.
I'm gonna be like, Jesus on the main line.
You coming with this? You might as well bust out with the kumbaya. Hey, we can't say that, and I'm about to do sexual behavior in the ghetto. We going to hell. I don't want to go. So today's resuscitation. The song is new. It ain't resuscitating. It's a song by Tank, the Prince of R&B, the young Prince, the abs of R&B, because I done seen the abs. I done seen the man with no shirt on. It's a beautiful thing. And he married. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, and the song is called Dirty. Yes, dirty, like unclean. Mm-hmm. me, Mary Mama. All right. Yeah. I just don't think they understand the type of shit you into. You know, you like it dirty. Fucking you deep. Taking pics on my phone. Yeah, dirty. Put you to sleep. When you wake up, it's dawn. Dirty. I'll violate all the meat on your bones. You yeah, dirty. Your shit gets saucy. I'll lick it till it's gone. Dirty. Kiss me. I know it tastes like you. Yeah, dirty. You ain't got done like this before, but that's what we gonna do. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it in you. Let me get to the chorus. You
Lord.
like when I do you dirty. Yeah. Yeah. Like when I do you dirty. I'll put your face in the pillow. I'll be smacking on that ass. I grab your neck, choke you real slow. You ain't even gotta ask. You like when I do you dirty. Ain't gonna tell nobody. Oh, tell nobody. Oh, tell nobody. That's it. That's all you get. I'm not giving you the verse 2 because, verse 2 say you bust it open. That's all you need to hear. Mm-hmm. So that was Tank with Dirty. Go forth. He just released it, I want to say, in December. Go forth and listen. It is for you.
Sure.
And that is sexual behavior in the ghetto.
Man alive.
Sexual shopping.
Jesus!
I knocked over the whole thing. The whole podcast is going to be
Done.
Yeah, I was going to be like, okay, we're done for the night. Good night. God bless you.
Ooh.
All right.
Well.
All right. You need a break? You good?
No.
You good?
I got my Altoids.
Okay. All right. You ready? Let me get you out of this mode. We're going to do It's a Vibe now.
All right.
All right. So the first scenario is you are smoking the la, the ganja, the skunk, the perp. Yes.
You know, I've never done that ever in life.
You know what? We have that in common. I haven't either.
Yeah, I never have.
Let me find out 240-some-year-old people ain't never smoked weed. Look at God.
They tried to get me to do it in college, and I was like, no thanks.
Well, this is your first time, and you're amongst friends.
Mm-hmm.
What is the first song you want to listen to as you put the weed to your lips and say,
I think I would probably have the whole Chronic playing.
ooh.
Just cause
Yeah,
it's
I
mood.
mean, that's perfect. It's
the
mood
Chronic
music.
is like mood music. Yeah.
Yeah.
For that. So like for the first time, it would definitely be like the Chronic.
Okay.
Even though I haven't heard that CD in like a super duper long time, but it was always my favorite.
That's okay. The weed will bring you back.
Yes.
To the CD.
Yes, it'll bring me back. So yes, anything on the Chronic, the whole thing, just let it play.
All right. I am going to listen to. Oh, the Loonies. I got 5 on it.
Huh. I got 5 on it.
Because I didn't put nothing on it because I'm not buying
Right.
weed because I don't smoke weed, so I'm not gonna buy it. But I got 5 on it. 5 good puffs and I'm done.
Right.
That's all
Lord
I got.
of mercy.
5 good puffs and I'm done.
I can't imagine. Like, I mean, because I've had edibles. I know what it's like, but that's just, weed is different.
All right, my next scenario. I ain't got take them through me all the
He
way
done threw
off.
you all the way off.
Wait till I play this song when I get off this podcast.
Jesus.
Anyhow, you are going to a wedding.
Oh Lord.
One of your good girlfriends is getting married. Not married, married.
Uh-huh.
And she asked you to do a toast.
Uh-huh.
Because you're a good girlfriend.
Yes.
And She says, dedicate a song to me and my husband.
Oh my God.
What song are you dedicating?
Because I've done this before.
Okay, well then shit, you got a song already.
It was a Shania Twain song.
That's okay. We're listening.
I can't remember the name of it. That's why I
You
started.
better get the phone out.
No, I have songs because I have a wedding playlist. I've had it for a long time.
Is it your wedding playlist or just a wedding playlist?
Songs that can be played at a wedding. It doesn't. The name of the playlist is "Let No Man Put Us Under."
Hey.
So
we got love.
So I have a song, but it's like it's not a slow song. It's like a fast song.
You're dedicating the song to them. It doesn't matter.
As
long as it fits them.
Hold on, let me think about the lyrics. "Moment in Life" by Music Soul Child. It's
very nice.
Music, Kendrick, and CeeLo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me think for me. Ooh. You know I make these up on the spot, so I didn't even get a chance to think about this one. Actually, I have quick little known fact. I have 3 weddings I'm going to this year. One in June, one in August, and one in October. So I'm going to be very busy this year.
All right.
So the wedding that I'm thinking of, the one in October, I'm thinking that I am going to dedicate so many songs in my head. Let me clear my good mind. Because I know her. I'm dedicating Shantae Moore's "Love's Taking Over."
Oh yeah.
Because it's sexy. And we gonna be on the beach.
Girl, I only have, my friends don't get married.
They just shacking?
And they don't have babies.
Just shacking?
Yeah, most of them.
I'm all for the no babies, but the shacking.
And I'm going to a wedding, my little brother's wedding in St. Lucia.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait to go to St. Lucia. Anyway, I don't know how, he feels about music because he's such a thug that...
They got thug love songs.
I know. So I have to find a thug
It's a whole
song.
genre of thug love songs.
Thug love song.
Look at Meek Mill's "Dangerous." And I know you're tired of hearing that song. Do you have anybody you're standing for this week?
I was going to stand for Ari Lennox, but...
Go ahead.
I mean, no, I didn't do any research to stay.
Tell them about her. She's amazing.
She is amazing.
She's on Dreamville.
Yeah, she's.
Why am I talking? Go ahead.
Right, I would say the first time I discovered Ari Lennox was that she was in an episode on Black. They played her song on an episode of Black and Sexy TV, and everybody in the world wanted to know who the girl was singing the song. And the song, I can't even think of the name of the song. Cascade.
It was in my wedding.
Yes, Cascade.
Yeah.
It was, the song's fucking amazing, but then she got signed to Dreamville, and she's put out some really, really good music. Yeah. But as of late, I feel like her next project she's making specifically for me.
Y'all talk?
I think that, I think she
reading your tweets?
Telepathy, because the whipped cream song, and the 40 shades of choke. Like I feel like it's gonna be deep and people ain't gonna really get it, but I'm gonna get it because it's already like those 2 songs alone are just. I don't know. Have you ever had somebody make a record? Well, this is why I go to Dallas every February, is because I feel like every record that Erykah Badu has ever made, she has taken words that I don't know how to put together and made music for me. So I go to her birthday party. I go to Dallas for her birthday. For the past 3 years, I have been in Dallas for her birthday party because I love her. But I feel like the music that Ari Lennox is making now, I'm super connected to for some reason, because I've always liked her as an artist, and I've never really been super connected to her. But whatever she's putting out now, it's fucking blowing my mind right now.
It's tailor made for you.
Yeah, it's tailor made for me. So I'm standing for Ari Lennox because I love her. She's amazeballs. I need y'all to listen to the 40 Shades of Choke. I need y'all to listen to the Whipped Cream song, because if you look at my social media, that's my name. Eating whipped cream, having vivid dreams.
Which is a lyric in the song.
So.
Alright. My stand for is gonna be a little different this week because he hasn't put anything out in quite a while, at least to my knowledge he hasn't. But I found myself last week listening to Dwele.
Really?
Yes, I'm standing for Dwele this week.
All right.
Like I literally went through his old albums, so Flapjacks, Some Kinda, Without You, Kick Out of You. Man, like I was a stan back in the day for Dwele, and I haven't heard him do anything to my knowledge as I'm trying to sneak and talk to y'all at the same time and pull this up.
Pull up his Instagram. That's where all the good stuff is.
No, I ain't putting it up his Instagram. I'm going to see what music. He ain't had no music out.
I mean, when he puts new stuff up on Instagram, music-wise.
No, but I need him to put it where I can get it. I am not stalking him on Instagram. I have other things to do.
I stalk all my people on Instagram.
I ain't stalking nobody. His last album was 2012. Greater Than One. So, Dwele, hi.
We need a record.
Yes, come on back.
Bring it on back.
I know that the slum villages and the little brothers of the world may not be together, but we still need you. You was one man. You could do it. Come on back.
Man alive. Do you know how many times I've seen him in concert? Jesus Christ.
Plenty.
Every time he came to Atlanta, I was trying to go.
Yes.
Love Dwele.
So, come on through.
But he's playing daddy now. He got a little baby. So
you can make music. Look at Eric Robertson. He make music and he got kids.
Man, he make music with his kids.
So there you go.
That is so funny.
So does Swiss Beats. So does DJ Khaled. Come through. Quit playing with me.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Just come on. So that's what I'm standing for. Dwele, Dwele. Sorry.
Yes.
And Ari Lennox, Arilen. I can't spell Lennox.
Lennox. Yes.
I was gonna add an extra X just to be X-rated.
Ha!
All right. Do you have any new music?
Who did I listen to this week? No, I didn't. And the reason I didn't is that I found this playlist on my Spotify that they created for me. That was like 100 songs deep of all the songs that I played the most in 2018. And it was some songs I totally had forgotten that I had
played the most.
That I had played the most, and I was like,
you moved on.
Right, I was like, ooh, did I listen to this much? Like I was literally, but a lot of the songs were like, songs from the 70s, like "Baby, I'm Scared of You." Like I was like, why was I playing that so much last year? But yes, because that's a jam. Like
it is. It's always a jam.
Between that and wait a minute, between that and Fool's Paradise, like it was really like on some old disco house.
Random, yeah.
It was super random. So I got stuck in that realm and didn't really listen to anything new this week. So you the new music lady today.
All right, I got a couple of songs. So Big Crit put a single out because his album is coming. It's going to be TDT. No, the album is out. It's called TDT. And he has a single out called 100, which is 100. I don't know why he didn't just say 100, but he says 100. I'm a Crit fan, so you can't ask me nothing. My opinion is super biased. Go listen to the whole thing, especially Energy. I love that song. I need your energy. Okay, sorry. The song I finally did listen to because people kept bringing it to my attention is this quote-unquote Drake diss song from The Weeknd, Lost in the Fire. Yeah. So in the song, he talks about if he had a son, he wouldn't hide him and all this other stuff. And people are like, oh, The Weeknd is dissing Drake and da-da-da-da. I didn't think so. I just think that The Weeknd, he just wanted to talk about if he had babies, if he had a girl, if he had this.
Well, he does have a girl.
he may not have had it when he was recording this. Because remember, they broke up.
True.
Yeah. So the song is decent. It's a typical weekend song. Like, it does not deviate from
his standards.
Yes, not at all. So it is what it is. I did listen to a song called Lost in London.
By who?
By a young lady named Asian. She black.
Asian?
Asian. Mm-hmm. But she spells her name Asiahn.
Her mama gave her that name.
So in the song, this is the most important part about the song. In the song, she's talking about being lost in London.
Literally.
Hence, right? But she comes across a young lady who turns her out. Yes.
Oh, we writing songs about it, man.
It's that kind of song.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, about, basically wanting to stay lost in London if she could stay lost in this young lady. So, yeah. Just,
all right. Asian.
Hey. Sam Smith has a song out with Normani called Dancing with a Stranger.
Is her name Normani or Normani?
I don't know.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
I've always called her Normani.
And it bothers me because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Let's ask Google.
Yeah.
No, I call her Normani.
Okay.
The song is heavy as Sam Smith, light on the Normani.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. Can I tell y'all, me and Sam Smith ain't been on one accord in a long time.
I think that I don't really like skinny Sam Smith.
That's why we ain't been on the same accord.
I mean, that's just like people like skinny Luther, people like big Luther. Like, I don't like skinny Sam Smith.
I don't like skinny Sam Smith either. Yeah. And I think that's why I didn't care for the song. Let me see what else. Nice Like This with Kehlani and Ty Dolla. Kehlani, who is good and pregnant.
Super pregnant right now.
And the fact that I knew it was Ty Dolla $ign, y'all should be big up in me because I be thinking him and Ty anyway. But it was a typical Ty Dolla $ign song too.
Well, you about to go to jail too, so.
And then the last song that I listened to was by Lauren Jagru. Whoa, she was in Fifth Harmony. There you go.
Oh, that one.
Yes. So peep this.
Wait a minute. She's the one that's Ty Dolla $ign's girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the song is called More Than That. And so I like the song, which is weird for me because I wasn't feeling none of the Fifth Harmony chicks. But this is my question, since we're talking Fifth Harmony, why is nobody in that group no more, basically? Like, the whole group, everybody just divested.
But you know the history of that, right?
Yeah, I do. But
I mean, because here's the thing is that they went on the show. They went on the show to not be a group. Mm-hmm. They made them a group. So I knew eventually it was gonna happen. Like they weren't gonna stay a group.
The other question I have is, what happened to June's Diary?
You might ask Kelly. I did hear one new song. I'm not even going to talk about June's Diary right now.
I'm about to say from June's Diary. Did you hear it from June's Diary?
Monica has a new song.
Does she?
It's called Commitment. And it's been playing on the radio.
Okay.
This is I was flabbergasted when I watched The Family Hustle and Friends to find out that she's just getting out of the contract that she signed when she was 13.
I wasn't that flabbergasted. But I was like, oh.
Because that heifer almost 40.
Never meant to cause you no pain.
So you've been signed to this one label for 20-some years. What in the God's green earth? So now she's doing this independently.
She needs to.
And so the radio stations, because she's local, they're going to play a record.
Yeah.
Like V103 is giving her heavy spins.
Of course.
And she's in rotation, but it's called Commitment. And it's basically saying all the things that she needs from a man. And, good sex and commitment is one of those things that she requires.
Got a husband. She's share for us that do not have husbands. Yeah. Share. Don't be like that, Monica. Share.
Well, she was on the radio when I came to your house. So, but yeah, so that is the one new song that I have heard this week. Okay. And as soon as I heard it, you know Monica's voice. Like her voice is very distinguished, so you know exactly who it is from the jump. So it's a good song. I think you all like it. And it's funny because when I hear it, I feel like it's not long enough. Like the song. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I have ever said that about a song in a long time.
Well, no, because for me, there have been interludes. So I'm like, that's it?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But like, because it's an interlude. No, it's not long enough. But an actual song that I feel like should be longer. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
feel like our song that we like together should be longer.
Which one?
Drink too hard to stick.
Oh, God.
Run drown off these waves. I mean, it's like two choruses and one verse, and that's it.
Yeah, it should be long.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. Okay, so there's more than one song that I think that should be longer. But me and Niki really love that song. Lil Baby, Gunna.
You get the big Chanel thing, so
Right, listen. When Nisha said, I don't know what this is, when he performed at the Drake show, she was like, I don't know what this is. And I was like, why is Niki not here?
Be like, you traitor.
I always be like, and even when he did, he nonstop, why is Niki not here? Like when I went to see Drake, I was like, come on.
Never stop.
Look, Nisha doesn't know this. But I love you, Nisha. I appreciate that gift. It was the best gift.
Yes, it was. And her reaction was priceless.
Yes, it was.
All right, well, we're done. What are we doing next week so we can tell the people in advance?
Let's do redemption songs.
Redemption songs. So what are redemption songs? We'll tell you next week. You thought I was going to tell you.
I think you'll like the redemption song episode.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I got stories to tell behind redemption songs.
All right, so that's all we got. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share. Give us suggestions, etc., etc. I feel like we did get a suggestion that I'm forgetting. I'm sorry.
Looking like this.
No. We didn't get a suggestion. Michael had listed a whole bunch of other songs that we could have mentioned in the last podcast. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Michael.
Yes, we appreciate it.
We have fans.
We do have fans.
That's amazing.
I have people like, when's the podcast coming out? I'm like, when you like us, you really like us.
Awesome.
Before I go, 50 minutes, not 50 seconds. Thank you, Rashad, for fixing last week's podcast because I couldn't have did it without you. Y'all wasn't going to get no podcast last week if it had anything to do with
And
me.
because you helped us, Rashad, from Niki, you can get the biggest Chanel back in the store with you on it.
He cannot get the biggest Chanel back in the store. No, you can't get that biggest Chanel. You can get a book bag. That's it. Can't get the biggest
Messenger
bag.
style.
Yes, like across the body. That's all. Anyway,
Oh, goodness.
that's it. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one.